Developing news now, the Roman Catholic Diocese of Springfield has added another priest to its list of credibly accused clergy members of sexually abusing a child.
Western Mass News reporter Addie Patterson joins us now live in Springfield with the latest information. Addie, what can you tell us?
Chris and Amanda, the late Father Raymond Levy has been added to the list of accused clergy within the Diocese of Springfield, the abuse dating all the way back to the 1970s. According to his obituary, Levy retired in 2003 and died in 2007 at the age of 84. He was from Northampton and served parishes in Springfield, Greenfield, Orange, and in the Berkshires between 1950 and 1988. Father Levy's last assignment was at the former St. Patrick's Parish in Hinsdale and the former St. Matthew Parish in Beckett from 1971 to 1988. It's important to note here that an allegation being found credible does not mean a finding of guilt, and because Father Levy was deceased when the allegation was brought forward, he was unable to respond to the allegation. However, the Diocese Review Board has found it to be credible. An additional credible finding against the late Father Andre Corbin and the late Father Placid Kazarek has also been added to the list. The diocese is encouraging anyone who has information about misconduct to please come forward and report it. And for more information on any of these accusations, you can head over to the diocese website for more information. For now, reporting live in Springfield, Addie Patterson, Western Mass News.